My beloved, you didn't just stumble upon these words. I summoned your heart here with precision. Before your feet touched the floor this morning, I had already prepared this moment for you. Not as a coincidence, but as a response to your silent cry for help. You didn't say it out loud, but I heard you. You've been walking with a weight no one else can see, holding your breath in a world that demands your strength while ignoring your breaking points. But I, your God, have never ignored your pain. I have watched every night you laid awake, replaying conversations, regretting moments, wondering if things would ever shift. I saw when you tried to hide your discouragement behind your smile. I know the truth that even you were afraid to admit. You're tired not just in body, but in soul. You've been wondering when the help would come, asking me, when will you show up for me the way you do for others? And here I am, not delayed, not distracted, but right on time. You asked for help and I'm not sending it, I'm giving it now. Not in theory, not as a concept, but as a tangible, undeniable intervention in your life. The very breath you're taking in this moment is a sign that I have not abandoned you. I have held things together that you didn't even realize were falling apart. I've spared you from battles you never knew existed, and I've kept you standing when everything around you was collapsing. This, child, is not the moment to give up. It is the moment to let me take over completely. You've been carrying too much on your own. You've convinced yourself that being strong means never asking for help, but true strength is found in surrender. In opening your hands and saying, God, I can't do this without you. And I've been waiting for that. Not because I need your permission to move, but because I want your partnership. I'm not interested in just solving your problems. I want to transform you through them. You're not weak for needing me. You're human, and I designed you to thrive in my presence, not perform for my approval. You don't have to pretend with me. I already know the full story, and I still chose you. I still love you. I still want you close. Let me be clear. The help you asked for has already begun. Things are shifting behind the scenes. Doors are aligning. Conversations are being had about you in rooms you haven't entered. People are being moved into position to bless you, to support you, to carry what you no longer can. But it's not just external help I'm sending. It's internal healing. You don't just need a breakthrough outside of you. You need restoration inside of you. So I'm beginning there. In your mind, in your emotions, in the places where fear built walls and disappointment created silence. I am speaking life into those broken pieces. I am filling you again with what the world tried to drain. Hope, peace, confidence, and vision. You keep asking me to fix what's around you, but I'm doing something deeper. I'm fixing what's within you. Because when your inner world is steady, nothing on the outside can shake you. This is why the delays didn't destroy you. They were allowed so you could discover the depth of my provision. You've seen what happens when you try to do it in your own strength. Now you'll see what happens when you let me carry you. Not halfway, not occasionally, fully, daily, continually. And as you do, you'll begin to see the evidence. Little things that confirm what I've spoken. Unexpected favor, clarity in confusion, peace where there should be chaos, rest where there used to be striving. The help you've been waiting for won't look like what you expected, but it will be exactly what you need. Sometimes, help is me closing a door you begged me to open. Sometimes, it's me removing someone you thought you couldn't live without. Sometimes, it's silence in note, as neglect, but as preparation. And sometimes, it's words like these, sent at just the right moment to remind you, you are not forgotten, you are not forsaken, you are not invisible to me. I am not punishing you, I am positioning you. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not behind. You are exactly where I can reach you best. So let go of the guilt, the shame, the pressure to prove. I'm not impressed by your perfection. I'm drawn to your surrender. You asked for help, and now I'm asking you to trust. Trust that I'm in the middle of the mess. Trust that I haven't overlooked the details. Trust that I'm still writing the story. You don't have to understand everything to receive peace. You just have to know that I do. And I do. I know the end from the beginning. I know the shortcuts that won't serve you and the slow paths that will grow you. I know who needs to stay and who needs to go. I know the difference between what you want and what you were born for. And I will never deny you something that aligns with your true call, even if you don't yet see the connection. So breathe, my child. Not because the circumstances are solved, but because I am with you in them. Let that truth anchor you. I am with you. Not once in a while. Not only when you're good, but always. When you feel strong, and when you feel broken, when you speak with confidence, and when you cry in silence. I never leave. I never turn away. I never grow tired of you. The help you needed isn't arriving tomorrow. It's here. And I am the one bringing it. You've tried so hard to stay afloat in waters that keep rising, haven't you? You've been stretching yourself, giving your all, hoping the tide would eventually turn. But deep inside, you've been asking, how much longer? And here's what I want you to understand. Your resilience is not unnoticed. Every tear you've shed in the dark, every moment you chose to keep going when quitting would have been easier, every time you extended grace when you had none left for yourself, I saw it. I held it. And I'm multiplying it into something greater than you can imagine. You thought you were just surviving, but I've been building strength in you, molding your character, anchoring your soul. You haven't just endured, you've been transformed in the process. The world may have labeled you as weak for breaking down, but I call you courageous for standing back up. You've been judged for feeling too much, for thinking too deeply, for carrying burdens that weren't yours alone, but I never intended for you to carry any of them without me. That ache in your chest that keeps returning isn't a flaw. It's the place where I want to pour my peace. That constant overthinking, I want to replace it with clarity. That fear of failing again, I want to overwhelm it with a new assurance rooted in who I say you are, not what the past has whispered. You see brokenness. I see readiness. You see ruins. I see a foundation. You see a setback. I see the setup for something sacred. So let me draw near now, not as an idea, but as a presence. You've tried talking to others, hoping they would understand, but even their best advice didn't soothe the ache. You needed more than sympathy, you needed divine truth, spoken into the heart of your situation. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm not speaking to impress you or to motivate you. I'm speaking to rescue you, to remind you of who you really are before the lies took root, before disappointment became your filter, before life tried to convince you that miracles were for everyone but you. I know how your trust has been shaken, how even your prayers have become cautious. But child, I'm not asking for perfect faith. I'm asking for honest surrender. If all you can give me today is your weary soul and one whispered, yes, that's enough, I can work with that. I'm not looking for your strength, I am your strength. I'm not demanding perfection, I'm offering restoration. Come as you are, even with your confusion, your fear, your hesitations. I'm not repelled by your doubts. I'm not discouraged by your struggles. I don't flinch at your failures. In fact, I lean in closer when you feel furthest from me. You might have been taught to only come to me when you have it all together, but I never asked for that. I called you when you were still tangled in sorrow. I chose you before you ever chose me. My love is not performance-based. It is promise-based. And my promise over you is still intact. I know what it feels like when hope slips through your fingers, when every step forward is followed by two back, when the answer you're praying for feels just out of reach. But I want you to know this. Just because it's taking time doesn't mean I'm not working. Delay is not denial. Silence is not absence. I'm not withholding. I'm preparing. preparing your heart to hold the blessing without it crushing you, preparing the right moment, the right people, the right door. You don't need everything to change in a day. You just need to know that I'm with you in every hour of it. I'm not rushing the process. I'm perfecting it. Let me also remind you, your story isn't over. You are not too far gone. You haven't missed your moment. You are not forgotten in the shuffle of my plans. I don't overlook my children. You were never meant to blend in with the crowd. I placed a unique purpose within you, one that cannot be replaced, duplicated, or stolen. The gifts you carry, the dreams that still flicker inside you, the passions that haven't fully died, those were planted by me, and I water them even when you forget they're there. You might think it's too late, that you're behind, but I'm not governed by earthly clocks. I redeem time. I accelerate destiny. I rewrite endings. You are not disqualified. You are being requalified. Do not compare your journey to others. You have no idea what I've shielded you from. You have no idea how the pace I've chosen for you is designed to protect you, not punish you. You are on a divine timeline, not a human one. And though others may seem ahead, remember, some run fast, only to burn out quickly. I've been building in you endurance, depth, and dependency, not for a temporary breakthrough, but for a sustained transformation. What's coming to your life is not a fleeting blessing, it's a foundational shift, something permanent, something sacred, something that will mark your life and overflow to others around you. You may not feel it yet, but the help you asked for is already working its way into every layer of your story. And you don't have to earn it. Just receive it. Open your heart, even if it's afraid. Say yes, even if it trembles. Trust me with the chapters ahead, even if the last ones hurt. I don't waste pain. I don't abandon process. I don't start something I won't finish. And what I've started in you, this healing, this rebuilding, this awakening, it's already begun. Nothing can stop it now. Not your past, not your doubts, not your mistakes. I am the author of your peace, the architect of your next season, and the one who carries what you no longer can. There are things you've stopped praying about because the waiting became too heavy. I know. You tucked those desires deep within, trying to convince yourself they didn't matter anymore. But they still echo in your soul when you're alone. They still surface in your dreams when you're too tired to block them out. And here's what I want you to hear. Just because you've silenced your hope doesn't mean I've canceled my promise. I haven't forgotten what you asked for. I haven't turned away from what you've cried out for in secret. I collect every tear. I interpret every sigh. I trace every longing straight to its origin in your heart. And what matters to you truly matters to me. You've thought, maybe I was wrong to believe. But what if you weren't wrong? What if that desire was planted by me, and it's simply not time yet? You're not being punished. You're being positioned. When the waiting feels cruel, remember this. I'm not just preparing the blessing for you. I'm preparing you for the blessing. If I gave it too soon, you might settle for less than its fullness. If I gave it before your roots were deep, the blessing could become your burden. So I wait with you. I work while you rest. I'm not late. I'm precise. And when the moment comes, you'll see how every second of waiting had purpose written into it. Let me speak now to the part of you that still believes you're not worthy. The part that's convinced blessings are for others, those who are better, holier, more disciplined. But I never asked you to qualify yourself. I never demanded flawlessness. My love was never a reward, it has always been a foundation. You didn't earn my presence, and you can't lose it by stumbling. I don't leave when you fall. I reach down to lift you. I don't flinch when you confess your struggle. I lean closer. My mercy is not fragile. My grace doesn't run dry. And I'm not waiting for you to fix yourself before I bless you. I bless because I'm good, not because you're perfect. You've wrestled with guilt over your past, and I've seen the way shame tries to creep in even when you smile. But I already covered that. What happened then has no power now. I erased the debt. I restored your identity. The enemy wants to keep replaying the moments you regret, but I've already written a new script. You're not the sum of your worst days. You are the reflection of my redemption. I know you by name, not by mistake. And I am still writing beauty into places the world called broken. So stop agreeing with the lies that call you disqualified. Start agreeing with me when I call you chosen. I've been walking with you in places where no one else could go. Through the inner battles, the silent breakdowns, the nights where you pretended to be okay so others wouldn't worry. I was there. You didn't have to say the words I knew. I never required eloquence, only honesty. And when you didn't know what to pray, your tears became your language, and your silence became a sanctuary where I sat with you. I wasn't waiting for you to impress me. I was waiting for you to rest in me. You've been strong for too long. Now I'm calling you to be held, to let my presence do what your striving never could, restore you from the inside out. You are not alone in this. I've placed angels around you even when you felt most vulnerable. There were attacks you didn't even know were coming, and I blocked them. There were dangers you sensed in your spirit, and I confirmed what your discernment already felt. That wasn't paranoia. That was my protection awakening your awareness. I've been guiding your steps, even when the path seemed unclear. Some delays weren't denials, they were shields. Some rejections weren't failures, they were redirections. And every time something didn't go as planned, I was positioning you for something better than what you were asking for. Trust that my no has as much love in it as my yes. You've wondered if you missed something, if you turned left when you should have gone right. But I'm not limited by your missteps. I factor in your detours. I reroute your path without shame. When I said I had a plan for your life, I meant it. And nothing, not even your own decisions, can erase what I've destined. I know how to bring you back, how to realign what feels off course, how to turn even your messes into miracles. You're not behind schedule, you're in my hands, and my hands don't drop what they hold. Lift your eyes, beloved. I'm not only speaking to your wounds, I'm speaking to your potential. The greatness I placed in you is still alive. The dreams that feel too big are actually just the right size for me. The impact you're meant to have isn't canceled, it's being cultivated. You're not too old. You're not too late. And even your smallest obedience is building momentum for something larger than you see now. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Keep walking. Even if it's just one shaky step at a time, I'm walking with you. I'm breathing life into dry places. I'm resurrecting what you thought was over. And I'm not done. What you're stepping into is not a repeat of old pain, it's a chapter of new peace. This is a shift, a turning point. You're crossing over into a season where what I spoke in the secret place will begin to manifest in public ways. Where prayers you forgot you prayed will be answered unexpectedly. Where closed doors will become gateways of glory. Where relationships will be healed. Not because you forced it, but because I moved. Where finances will align, not through fear, but through favor. Where clarity will replace confusion, and joy will be your new language. You've cried long enough. You've waited faithfully. And now the season is shifting, not because of chance, but because I declared it so. You've spent so much of your life trying to hold everything together that you forgot I was never asking you to be the glue. You don't have to be everything for everyone. You don't have to carry burdens that were never yours to bear. I see how you've tried to be strong for those around you, hiding your pain behind responsibilities, smiling while silently breaking. But I didn't create you to survive this life alone. I created you to walk with me, to lean into me, to let me be your strength when yours is gone. You were never meant to be your own savior. You have one, and it's me. There is no shame in your exhaustion. There is no failure in needing help. The world taught you that weakness makes you less. I tell you that your weakness invites my power. When you are weary, I do not criticize you, I cradle you. When you stumble, I do not withdraw, I draw near. You've measured your worth by your performance, but I measure it by your presence. I want you, not your perfection. I want your realness, not your resume of achievements. When I called you mine, I already knew your limits, and still, I chose you. There's a depth of healing I want to bring to you, not just surface relief, but soul restoration. I'm not content with patching things up so you can keep going. I want to transform the way you live, the way you love, the way you think about yourself and others. I want to reach the parts of you you've hidden, the wounds you've ignored, the beliefs that keep whispering lies when no one's watching. You are not too complicated for me. Your pain is not too deep. Your questions do not scare me. Your doubts don't disqualify you. I want all of it. Every corner of your heart, every scar, every part of your story, because when it's in my hands, nothing is wasted. I see you when you can't see yourself clearly. I know how hard you're trying. I know the internal battle you fight every day, the pressure to be enough, the fear of being a burden, the ache of feeling unseen. But I see you, not the version you try to present, but the raw, honest you. And I love that version. I'm not waiting for you to clean up before I come closer. I draw near to the messy places. I sit with you in the confusion. I hold you through the nights when your heart feels too heavy to lift. And I speak truth over you when the lies get too loud. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are my beloved. Stop believing that peace is something you have to earn. Stop chasing it like a prize you win by doing enough, praying enough, being good enough. Peace is not a reward, it's a gift, and I'm offering it to you freely. Not because you deserve it, but because I delight in giving it. I want your heart still, even when the world is spinning. I want your mind calm, even when circumstances scream otherwise. I want you to breathe deep again, not because everything is solved, but because you trust that I'm with you in the middle of it all. Let peace anchor you, not outcomes. Let my presence be your assurance, not perfection. You've been trying to do everything right, thinking that maybe if you check all the boxes, then I'll finally move. But I was never waiting on your performance, I was waiting on your permission. Let me in. Let me carry what's crushing you. Let me speak where the silence has been deafening. Let me reorder what's been scattered. You don't have to micromanage the miracle. You don't have to understand how it will happen. Just believe that I'm already at work. Your surrender isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's what unlocks what your striving never could. There are some things I'm doing in your life that won't make sense at first. You'll wonder why certain doors closed or why certain people left. But later, you'll look back and realize I was protecting you from something you couldn't see. I know what you need more than you do. I see the full picture while you only see a piece. Trust me with the part that doesn't make sense right now. Faith doesn't mean you feel certain, it means you move forward anyway. It means you choose to believe I'm good, even when the path is unclear. And I promise you this, when the dust settles, you'll thank me for every no, every delay, every redirection, because you'll see that it was all kindness in disguise. I'm not a distant observer. I'm not a silent spectator. I'm actively involved in your story. Every detail matters to me. Every heartbeat, every breath. I'm orchestrating things behind the scenes, weaving together pieces you didn't even know were connected. That conversation you had, that opportunity that didn't work out, that moment you almost gave up, it's all being used. Nothing is random in my hands, nothing is overlooked. I'm not making this up as I go, I'm fulfilling something I've already finished. So don't panic when it feels uncertain. I'm not uncertain. And I hold your life with steady hands. You've asked me for confirmation, and I'm giving it now. This moment, this message, this feeling stirring inside you, it's me. I'm not giving you goosebumps. I'm giving you clarity. This is not your imagination. This is divine alignment. Your spirit recognizes my voice, even when your mind tries to rationalize it away. So trust what you're sensing. Lean into what you know deep down to be true. I am with you. I am for you. I am not finished with you. And what I've spoken over your life still stands. You've wondered whether your prayers still matter, if your whispered cries in the dark are even heard. You've questioned whether the silence you've felt lately means I've turned away or changed my mind. Let me speak to that fear right now. I have not stopped listening. I have not stopped loving. I have not stopped moving just because you stopped seeing. My love is not limited by your perception. My power is not confined to what you can observe. Even when it feels like nothing is changing, I'm planting seeds you'll soon see grow. What looks like silence is actually strategy. What feels like delay is divine preparation. Trust that I am still the God who hears, the God who remembers, the God who answers. I want to remind you that I do not measure time the way you do. I do not panic in waiting seasons. I use them. There are things I'm forming in you that can't be rushed. Your character, your endurance, your dependence on methes are not developed in moments of ease, but in moments of pressure. And though you wish it would end already, though you beg for the answer to come now, I'm asking you to hold on just a little longer. Not because I delight in your struggle, but because I'm building something deeper in you. A faith that isn't shaken by circumstances. A confidence rooted not in outcomes, but in who I am. What I'm doing in you is just as important as what I'm preparing around you. I know there are days you wake up tired before the day even begins, when you dread facing the same battles again, and the thought of trying feels heavier than the effort itself. I see that. I feel it with you. And I want to breathe new strength into you, not the kind that comes from motivation, but the kind that flows from my spirit. A supernatural endurance that sustains you, even when nothing has changed externally. I want to renew your inner fire, to remind you of your identity not as a struggler but as an overcomer. You are not defined by how many times you've fallen, but by the fact that you keep getting up. And every time you do, I'm right there, lifting you. Let's break the agreement you've made with fear. Somewhere along the way, you started expecting disappointment. You began bracing for pain instead of anticipating. My goodness, and I understand why. Life has trained you to lower your expectations to avoid the sting of letdown, but that is not the life I've called you to. I want to raise your hope again, not for naive optimism, but for bold faith. I want you to live with the expectancy of someone who knows their Father is good, who believes in promises, even when they take time, who dares to dream again, not because of confidence in the outcome, but because of confidence in me. Don't let fear dictate your future. Let faith write your next chapter. I've seen how you've been carrying other people's burdens in silence. You've been the strong one for everyone else, the encourager, the rock. But I see the tears you don't let fall, the weariness you hide behind your smile. And I want you to know you're not alone. You don't have to be the one holding it all together. Come to me, cry with me, collapse in my arms if you need to. There is no shame here, no judgment, only compassion and strength. You don't lose your value by needing comfort. You're not weak because you long for reassurance. Even the strongest hearts need shelter. Let me be that for you. There is a deeper level of intimacy I'm inviting you into. Not just visits with me when you're desperate, but a daily walk where you hear my voice as naturally as you breathe. I don't want to be a distant God you run to in crisis. I want to be your constant, your companion, the one you consult first, not last. You've built a relationship with me out of survival. Now I want to build it on love. Let's move from rescue missions to real connection. Let's build rhythms of presence. Whisper to me in the quiet moments. Include me in the ordinary. Watch how the mundane transforms into the miraculous when you walk with me intentionally. You've been asking for breakthrough, and I'm not just bringing it, I'm becoming it. I'm stepping into your circumstances in ways you didn't anticipate. Some things will change suddenly, yes, but others will shift subtly. Pay attention. The shift won't always be loud. Sometimes it'll be a moment of peace in the chaos. Sometimes it'll be a closed door that no longer stings. Sometimes it'll be a new strength rising where you once felt weak. These are signs. These are seeds of the harvest I've promised. Don't despise the small beginnings. Celebrate them. They're evidence that the tide is turning. Forgive yourself for the times you doubted me. I'm not holding it against you. I'm not disappointed in you. I know how heavy it's been. I know how long you've waited. I understand why your heart grew tired, why your hope grew thin, but I never left. I stayed. I waited with you. And I'm still here, not with condemnation, but with compassion. Let me restore your confidence, not just in me, but in your ability to hear me, follow me, trust me again. You haven't ruined anything. It's not too late. The story is still unfolding, and redemption is my specialty. I'm doing more than just answering your prayers. I'm reshaping your heart to receive them. Sometimes I delay not because I'm denying, but because I'm deepening your capacity to carry what's coming, deepening your awareness of me, deepening your understanding of what really matters. Because what I give you, I want to last. I don't do temporary blessings. I build legacies. I craft testimonies that shift atmospheres, and that takes time. But I promise none one of it is wasted. Every moment, every prayer, every step, even the ones you thought were missteps, they're all being woven into something beautiful, something lasting, something sacred. I know that lately you've been walking through situations that seem to test you at every turn. It feels like you barely recover from one storm before another begins to brew. But this is not a sign that you're failing, nor is it proof that I've removed my hand. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The pressure you feel is not meant to crush you, it's shaping you, stretching your spirit to hold the magnitude of what I've destined for you. If only you could see what I see ahead. If only you knew how close you are to the very thing you've been praying for. You would stop doubting your pace and start trusting the process. My ways are not your ways. I lead through fire not to harm but to purify. I bring you through deep waters not to drown you but to teach you that you were made to walk on waves with me. Stop measuring your progress by how visible your success is. I am not merely building things around you. I am building you. There are miracles happening inside your soul that no one else can see. Healing that isn't flashy. Growth that isn't public. But I see it. I celebrate every small act of obedience. Every moment you chose to forgive when you had every right not to. Every time you showed love when bitterness felt easier. Every second you worshipped me when your heart was breaking. None of that is forgotten. None of it is wasted. These hidden victories are what make you unshakable when the wind rises. There's something you've been afraid to hope for again. A dream you buried quietly, convincing yourself it was too late, too broken, too impossible. But I'm speaking life over it now. That hope you thought had died, it's still breathing. Because I'm not done with it. And if I'm not done, neither should you be. What you called the end, I call the beginning. I am resurrecting dreams, restoring vision, and renewing desire. Don't be surprised if what you thought was over starts stirring again in your heart. That's me. I'm awakening the part of you that was born to believe beyond logic, to see with faith, to walk by trust instead of sight. You were never meant to live in numbness or resignation. You were created to live fully alive, fully engaged with what I'm doing. I've seen how tired your soul is from pretending to be okay when you're not. And I want to give you permission to be real with me. I'm not looking for perfect words or polished prayers. I want your honesty. I want the raw, unfiltered version of you, the one who's confused, frustrated, scared. I can handle it all. Bring me your chaos, and I'll trade it for peace. Bring me your sorrow, and I'll hold it with care. You don't have to hide behind strength to be in my presence. In fact, it's in your weakness that my strength is made perfect. So let the walls fall. Let your guard down. I never asked you to carry the weight of holding yourself together. That was never your job. That's mine. There are things you've been praying for that haven't arrived yet, not because I've said no, but because the time isn't right. I'm protecting you from blessings that would become burdens if released too early. You may think you're ready, but I see all things. I see the ripple effects, the unseen battles, the hearts involved. And I promise you this, when it comes, it will be good. It will not bring confusion or chaos. It will come with peace. Until then, I'm preparing both you and the blessing. I'm aligning everything perfectly. And when it unfolds, you'll see why I made you wait. You'll understand that my timing is never random, it's redemptive. I want to talk to the part of you that feels invisible, the part that believes no one truly sees the depth of your struggle, your sacrifice, your quiet faithfulness. Let me assure you, I see you. I see every act of love no one thanked you for. Every tear you cried when no one was watching. Every moment you gave when you had nothing left. Heaven records what the world overlooks, and I reward in ways they cannot. You are not overlooked by me. You are my chosen one, my beloved, my deeply known and fully loved child. Nothing you do for me goes unnoticed, and what you do in secret I will reward openly. You've been asking for direction, and though it seems like the answers are delayed, I am speaking. I just need you to slow down enough to hear me. My voice is often not in the thunder but in the whisper, and I will guide you not with pressure or panic, but with peace. When the path is from me, you will feel a quiet assurance, even if the details are unclear. Trust that. Follow the peace. And don't rush what I'm revealing, one step at a time. I don't give maps. I give presence. I won't show you everything at once, but I will walk with you through every moment. You will not miss what I have for you, as long as you stay near me. There is no area of your life that I've forgotten. No pain too small, no detail too insignificant. I care about it all. I'm the God who counts your tears and numbers the hairs on your head. So why would you think I don't care about your finances, your relationships, your health, your dreams? I am involved. I am invested. I am not a distant observer. I'm an active participant in your journey. And I will provide. I will defend. I will restore. I will lead you into wide open spaces of freedom and joy, not because you earned it, but because I love you. The weight you feel right now will not last forever. This heaviness is not your new identity, it's a passing season. And even now, I'm lifting it. I'm breathing fresh wind into your soul. You will rise again, not just to survive, but to soar. Your best days are not behind you. They are ahead, and I am walking you straight into them, one step at a time. There are moments when your silence has spoken louder than your prayers, when you've knelt in my presence not to ask, but to simply sit because words felt too heavy or too hollow. And I want you to know, I heard that silence. I heard the aching stillness of your soul. I was there, present in the pauses, answering even what you couldn't bring yourself to say. You are not alone in your wordlessness. You are never forsaken in your weakness. When your voice trembles, mine remains steady. When your faith flickers, my promises remain unshaken. And when you come to me with nothing left but a whisper, I still lean in and call it worship. What you feel right now is not a failure of faith, it's fatigue from the fight. And I see how long you've been holding on. I see how often you've had to smile through pain. How frequently you've chosen kindness over retaliation. How consistently you've kept walking even when your feet were blistered from the journey. That is not weakness. That is strength rooted in trust. That is evidence of a heart that still believes I'm working, even in the waiting. And I am. I'm orchestrating things you can't yet perceive, weaving details that seem disconnected into a masterpiece of redemption. What feels random now will one day make perfect sense. I know the fear that creeps in during quiet seasons, The doubt that wonders if I'm still there, if I still care, if I'm still moving, but I am not absent in stillness. I am the one who teaches seeds to grow underground before they ever break the surface. I do some of my greatest work in hidden places. So when it seems like nothing's happening, trust that everything is. When it looks like doors are closed, believe that I am building a better one. Don't misinterpret my silence as apathy at strategy. I am building you into someone who doesn't panic in the pause, but praises through it. I'm teaching you to walk not by what you see, but by what I've said. This week, you've been asking for a sign, something any to remind you that I haven't forgotten, that your prayers aren't lost in the sky. Let this message be that sign. Let these words echo louder than the lies. I am here. I've always been, and I will never leave. You don't need to chase my attention, you already have it. You don't have to earn my favor, He gave it freely. And you don't have to fear missing your moment, because I am your moment. I arrive exactly when you need me, never a second late. You've carried shame for things I've already forgiven. Regret has been your companion far too long, whispering reminders of what you did, what you lost, who you hurt. But listen to me now. You are not your past. You are not your mistake. You are not your failure. You are my redeemed, restored, and dearly loved child. I do not define you by what happened. I define you by what I've done for you. And I've called you clean. I've named you mine. So lift your head. There is no condemnation here. Only grace. Only restoration. Only me, holding out my hand and saying, let's walk forward. I know you've tried to be strong for everyone else. You've been the shoulder, the counselor, the anchor. You've poured out until you were empty, and even then you kept giving. But now it's time for you to receive. Let me pour into you. Let me restore the places you've neglected. You don't have to keep being everything for everyone. You just have to be still and let me be everything for you. I'm not asking for your perfection, I'm offering you my presence. Rest in it. Let it heal what hustle has broken. Let it bring peace where striving brought pressure. You've asked me if your life really matters, if your days count for anything. And the answer is yes, more than you know. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every unseen sacrifice is recorded in eternity. Your life is a ripple in a sea of impact. You've touched hearts you'll never meet and planted seeds you'll never see bloom. And I see it all. I cherish it all. You're making more of a difference than you realize. So don't discount your presence just because the world hasn't applauded it. Heaven has, and I have. And that's enough. I want to remind you that you are surrounded, not by enemies, not by fear, not by impossibilities, but by angels, by my promises, by a love that never lets go. Even when you feel pressed on all sides, you are not trapped. You are protected. Even when the battle intensifies, you are not outnumbered. You are backed by all of heaven. I'm fighting battles you didn't even know existed. I'm deflecting attacks you never saw coming. And I will not let your foot slip. You may bend, but you will not break, because I uphold you with my righteous right hand. This season may feel uncertain, but your foundation is unshakable, because you're standing on Mano, on circumstances, not on approval, not on outcomes, but on my word, which does not return void. And that word says you are blessed. That word says you are chosen. That word says you are destined for good, not disaster. So when the winds blow and doubts rise, hold fast to what I've spoken. Repeat it until it drowns out the noise. Sing it until your spirit believes it again. Write it on your heart. I am with you. I am for you. And I will finish what I started in you. You spent nights questioning why things didn't unfold the way you prayed. You imagined a different outcome, one that looked smoother, faster, less painful. But what you didn't see were the traps I steered you away from, the wounds I spared you, the detours that were actually deliverance. I didn't withhold that answer to hurt you. I withheld it to help you. Not every no was rejection. Many were redirections. Some were shields. Others were sacred delays. I am not a god of chaos, but of precise timing, and you'll come to see that what felt like a loss was actually the greatest form of my protection. You're not behind. You're not late. You're not disqualified. Stop measuring your journey by someone else's clock. You are on a timeline that I personally designed. I am not in a rush with you, because I'm not just building your blessing, I'm building your strength to carry it. I'm not just preparing the promise, I'm preparing your heart to hold it without crumbling under the weight. What's ahead is not small, and that's why the process has felt intense. But I never intended for you to sprint to your destiny exhausted. I want you to arrive whole, steady, and full of wisdom. You've been faithful in the quiet, in the hidden places where no one applauded, where no one even noticed. But I noticed. I saw the discipline behind the scenes. I saw you choosing peace over pride. I saw you bite your tongue when you wanted to defend yourself. I saw you love those who didn't love you back, and none of that went unseen. I store those moments like treasure. I count them as sacred, and the reward I have prepared for you will far outweigh the weariness you've carried. You are not working in vain. You are sowing in tears, but you will reap in joy. I know how hard it is to trust me with the parts of you that still ache, the dreams you buried, the questions that sting. But bring them anyway. Bring me the hope that's grown quiet. Bring me the pain you're afraid to name. I can handle it. I am not scared of your doubt. I don't run from your mess. I enter it with compassion and clarity, and I stay until healing begins. I am not a distant observer, I am a present healer. And I long for you to feel the peace that comes when you surrender not just what's pretty, but what's broken. You don't have to clean yourself up before coming to me. Come as you are. Come confused. Come tired. Come angry if you must, but come. Because I'm not waiting at the finish line, I'm walking with you through the valley. I'm not holding love like a prize to be earned. I'm offering it now, in full measure, freely. My mercy is new every morning, not because you deserve it, but because I am good. That's who I am. My goodness is not fragile. My love is not conditional. My faithfulness does not fluctuate based on your mood, your performance, or your strength. When you feel like giving up, I remind you, you've made it through what once felt impossible. You've survived storms that should have drowned you. You've risen from nights that threatened to break you. Don't forget how far we've come. Don't forget who carried you here. I have not changed. The same power that sustained you yesterday will empower you tomorrow. And even when your hope is hanging by a thread, I am the one holding that thread. I will not let go. I will not let you fall. Even in your lowest place, my arm is not too short to reach you and lift you again. Your identity has never been in question. You are not what they called you. You are not the label that shame tried to place on your back. You are not defined by what didn't work or who walked away. You are my beloved, my masterpiece, my chosen vessel. I have placed a calling inside of you that no one can cancel. I've written your name on my heart, not with ink, but with covenant. And no failure, no mistake, no detour has erased that. You are still on my path. You are still under my covering. And your story is far from over. Even now, I am opening the heavens over your life. There are blessings that have been accumulating, waiting for the right moment to be released. And that moment is drawing near. You'll see doors swing open that you didn't knock on. You'll experience favor in places where you were once forgotten. Not because you forced it, but because I ordered it. I know how to repay the years that were stolen. I know how to multiply what you thought was lost. And I will show you that restoration is not just a concept, it's a promise. One I intend to fulfill. So don't grow weary in doing good. Don't shrink back just because the road has been long. Keep your eyes on me, not on the storm. Keep your heart open, not hard. Keep trusting, even if your trust feels fragile. I can work with a mustard seed. I can rebuild from rubble. I can breathe life into what others said was over. I specialize in resurrection. And your situation is not exempt from my power. Your pain is not beyond my reach. Your life is not too far gone. I see the whole picture, and I promise this part will not end in defeat. There are miracles already moving toward you that don't require your striving, only your surrender. You've spent so long thinking you had to earn every breakthrough that maybe if you did enough or prayed perfectly, the doors would finally open. But I don't bless you because of your perfection. I bless you because of my nature. I delight in giving good gifts to my children, not because you performed well, but because I love you well. And I want you to step into a new season not with fear of failure, but with the confidence of a child who knows their father is for them. You've wondered if you're running out of time, if you've missed too many chances, if the window of opportunity is closed. But I am not limited by time. I created it, and I know how to redeem what was lost. The years you spent feeling stuck are not wasted. I've been working even in the silence. I've been molding your character, refining your discernment, and anchoring your identity not in circumstances but in me. And now, as things begin to shift, you will carry a peace that no success can steal and no failure can shake. Don't minimize what you've endured just because others didn't see it. I saw the internal battles. I saw the days you got out of bed when everything in you screamed to stay down. I saw the quiet bravery it took to believe again after heartbreak. I saw how you forgave even when it cost you your pride. I saw how you kept loving even when it was never returned the way you hoped. These are the victories that heaven celebrates. These are the moments that echo in eternity. And I'm telling you now, not one of them has been overlooked. You are seen. You are known. You are deeply valued. It's okay if your faith feels fragile right now. It's okay if you're tired of waiting, if you're unsure how to keep going. That doesn't disqualify you. It draws me closer. I am near to the brokenhearted, not repelled by them. I don't need your strength to be great. I need your surrender to show mine. Even if all you can do is whisper a yes, I will meet you there. I will pour my grace into that little space of willingness and grow something beautiful from it. Don't underestimate what I can do with a heart that stays open, even when it's trembling. This is a turning point, not a dead end. Don't let despair write your narrative. You are not finished. You are being recalibrated. I am resetting the rhythm of your life so it flows with my peace, not your panic. You don't need to chase what I've already assigned to you. You don't need to prove your worth to receive what's yours by inheritance. You are a child of promise, not performance. And I'm inviting you now to rest in that truth, not just intellectually, but with your whole being. Let it quiet the lies. Let it silence the pressure. Let it revive your joy. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. You are not too late. The very areas where you feel disqualified are the places I plan to pour out my glory. I use the least likely vessels to display my greatest miracles, not because they are impressive, but because their lives become living proof that I am good, I am powerful, and I am close. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to keep saying yes, one small surrender at a time. I will do the heavy lifting. I will carry the weight of what you cannot. You're about to experience me in ways that you've only read about, only dreamed about. You're about to step into days where prayers you forgot you prayed will be answered, not because you earned it, but because the time has come. I've been aligning people, places, and divine connections behind the scenes. Things are going to come together quickly, but don't be afraid of the pace, trust the provider. Don't fear the speed, trust the source. I'm not just shifting circumstances. I'm transforming your capacity to receive and to steward what's coming. Stay grounded in me. Don't let pride rise when promotion comes. Don't let fear rise when responsibility increases. Let humility be your anchor. Let love be your guide, and let faith be your compass. I didn't bring you this far just for a breakthrough. I brought you here for a relationship. Don't trade intimacy for influence. Don't confuse impact with identity. Stay close to me, and everything else will align. I'm not calling you to impress the world. I'm calling you to walk with me in a way that changes the world, one soul at a time. You'll see the fruit of your faithfulness. You'll see the answers to the quietest cries of your heart. And when you do, remember, this was never just about you. Your healing will heal others. Your freedom will unlock chains around others. Your story will be a roadmap for the weary. What you're walking through now will become a testimony that breathes hope into dry places. So don't hide it. Don't edit it. Let me use every scar, every bruise, every tear as evidence that grace is real and love is relentless, and I am still the God who brings dead things to life. I am not done with you. What I have prepared surpasses even your boldest prayers, your deepest longings, your most sacred dreams. I am not only bringing answers, I am bringing alignment. I am not just fixing what broke, I am rebuilding something stronger. And even as you wonder how something so fractured could be whole again, I assure you, what comes from my hands carries no cracks. You were never meant to hold the pieces alone. I was always going to be the one who remakes you from the inside out, not with pressure, but with promise, with shame, but with grace. Every sacrifice you made in secret, every time you chose integrity when no one was watching, every quiet moment where you turned down the noise to listen for my whisper, I saw it. I treasured it. And now I will honor it. Because I am not unjust. I will not forget the seeds you've sown with tears. I will not ignore the silent obedience that no one else applauded. My reward is not delayed. My timing is perfect. And now the scales are tipping. The shift is here. And it's not just coming for your situation, it's coming for your soul. You've been stretched but not torn, pressed but not crushed, shaken but not destroyed. And because you stayed, because you refused to walk away from me even when you didn't understand me, I am placing a new mantle on you. Not a burden, but a blessing. Not pressure, but purpose. You are not who you used to be. Even if others can't see the transformation yet, I see it clearly. You're stronger in spirit, richer in compassion, steadier in faith, and more dangerous to darkness than you've ever been. Your presence will carry a different weight now, not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. You are stepping into rooms you once only prayed for. You will sit at tables you thought were for others. You will lead where you once felt invisible. But when the spotlight finds you, let it only reveal your dependence on me. Let your influence be drenched in humility. Let your rise never cost you the quietness of our communion. I didn't raise you up to lose you to applause. I didn't bless you to make you busy. I anointed you to love boldly, to lead with compassion, and to live with a heart that beats in sync with mine. And to the one reading this with tears falling down your face, to the one who doubted if this message was really for them, know this. I orchestrated this moment with you in mind. I've been chasing you through every silence, through every distraction, through every disappointment, not because I needed you to perform, but because I wanted you near. Your heart is my home. Your voice is still precious to me, and your future is not in the hands of people or circumstances, it's in mine. Secure, protected, blessed. You don't need to strive for what I've already released. You don't need to beg for what I've already promised. You don't need to wait for the perfect version of yourself to be loved. You already are. Let this truth settle into every corner of your being. I delight in you. I have never stopped choosing you. And no matter what the path has looked like, no matter how many detours you've taken, I know exactly how to lead you back into alignment with my heart. You are not disqualified. You are not late. You are right on time for what I'm about to do next. So come back to me with boldness. Return with honesty. Let go of the guilt you've been carrying, the shame that's been whispering lies in the dark. I break those chains now. I speak peace over your mind and stillness into your soul. You are free not because you fixed everything, but because I did. And now, walk in that freedom. Live like someone who's been redeemed. Speak like someone who's been restored. Love like someone who knows what it's like to be loved by the King of Kings. Let this be the day your heart breathes again. Let this be the hour your hope rises. Let this be the moment you stop running and start receiving. Because this is not the end of your story, it's the moment the light breaks through. You have been prepared for such a time as this, and heaven is not silent about you. Heaven is rejoicing because you stayed, because you believed, because you're still standing. And now, my child, your joy will return, your purpose will awaken, and your life will never be the same.